There's a certain gooey thing that helps us all to survive. Well, it's jammy. Yeah, it's jammy. It's jammy. Jammy is the one you love.
Everybody was kung fu fighting. That man was fast as.
Gentlemen, let's broaden our minds. Lawrence?
We're gonna stand on top with our hands in the sky. Gonna raise our cup to the stadium lights. For the glory, for the glory. We celebrate with the city tonight. Hear the hometown cheer, it's the ultimate high. For the glory, we do it for the glory. Yeah, we've waited for our time to come, calculated everything we've done, we've upgraded. Now you can't outrun a champion. Now you're facing one. Can you hear them? Yeah, it's all for us. You believe them? Yeah, it's serious. Hear the siren. We're victorious. I'm telling you. Can I get a hell yeah? Take a swing, I can take a hit. If we die, it's fine, we live for this. It's all for this. We're gonna stand on top with our hands in the sky. Gonna raise our cup to the stadium lights. For the glory.
Hey, what's up, everyone? How's everyone doing on a Sunday afternoon? And we have someone in the back. You all seen seen that one intro I have, but I'm gonna play a different one.
Mole. Oh, shut up! Mole, 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 mole.
And there's Billy Powermax.
What's going on, man?
Doing all right? How are you?
Good. Good. What's happening on this Sunday?
Just working on my own stuff.
Awesome. Awesome. Been having to do house chores today, which is always fun. Just threw the link out to the Nerdy Bunch. We'll see if anybody hops on from there. That's a pretty wild page you got going on there.
Yep.
What's going on this page?
So, not gonna reveal too much, but it's a big fight against one werewolf inside of a bar.
Okay. Nice.
So I am gonna be playing some music in the background. So it's not like total silence.
Background music, total silence. All right.
Yep.
Right on. So Madam Blaster was in here yesterday, hanging out in the chat. Maybe she'll start lurking around in a minute.
Oh, maybe.
Yeah. Maybe. Seen any good movies lately?
Huh?
Seen any good movies lately?
Actually, been just started watching some old horror movies.
Old ones, like what?
There's one called It's called Critters.
Ah,
It's
I'm a,
it's it's kind of like a uh it's kind of like Gremlins, but at the same time it's not.
okay, kind of like Gremlins, but not. Yeah, I'm aware of that movie. I've never watched. I've never watched it. I'm
It's
aware that
good.
it exists. Kind of like Puppet Masters. I've never watched Puppet Masters, but I
Puppet
know that
Master.
it exists. Puppet Masters. There's another one, like Hellraiser. I've never seen Hellraiser.
Never
I
seen
know these
Hellraiser?
movies. I've never seen Hellraiser. I know these movies exist, but I've never watched them. I never have. I was kind of curious. The ones that I have seen, I was watching. I've been rewatching the Scream movies, and when they first came out, I didn't really appreciate them. But I guess now that I go back and I watch them, they're still not that intelligent. But like anything else, I appreciate them greatly for the nostalgia.
Yeah. What did I
If
do?
that makes sense, especially the first one. And the third one. I've never seen the fourth one.
I haven't had the chance to watch any of the Scream movies.
Yeah. They have Nev Campbell in them and Courtney Cox. Back in the day, Courtney Cox was a hottie. So was definitely Nev Campbell was back in the day. I know you know who Nev Campbell is.
Who's that again?
Nev Campbell.
Yeah, I haven't heard that name.
Oh my
But
god. Oh my god. You gotta look up who Nev Campbell is, man. She was
who's
the star
all,
of all those Scream movies back in the day.
like I said, I haven't watched any of the Scream movies.
Obviously.
Where did I put that? I had it there somewhere.
So to me, like the hot chicks and the Scream movies is what really makes them enjoyable. Without that, it's not really. They kind of fall flat on their face.
I'll be right back. So, because I think I left the rest of my ink pens somewhere else. I think I know where they
You,
are.
you, you see, that is a line, Steven. That is a line from one of the Scream movies. You never say, "I'll be right back." That is the good way to get killed in a Scream movie. You never say, "I'll be right back."
Oh, there's also another famous line. I'll be back.
All right. Be safe, man. Dead air. Just me, and no one in the chat yet. Just like an open void in space, floating. The eerie silence, the eerie cold, taking up space in my mind, which I crave to be empty because of the thoughts of terror. And Steven's back.
Yeah, I'm trying to find my ink pens. Lost my ink pens.
Oh God. And the ink. Well,
They're around here somewhere. I know they are. Could they be up here?
I don't. I've never been to your house. I don't know.
Let's see.
I would say yes. They're probably there. Check there.
No, they're not up here. No, I didn't throw them away.
So I know you know who Val Kilmer is.
I know who Val Kilmer is.
Yeah, you know he recently passed.
I'm just gonna get creative here.
Yeah.
Hello. But yeah, I know who Val Kilmer is.
Great classic actor. Great character actor.
He was in Top Gun.
Yep.
Both Top Guns.
Yep, both of them.
He was in Tombstone.
Tombstone, yep, one of the greatest movies of our time.
And he was also in the Batman Forever.
Yep, Batman Forever. The only good Joel Schumacher Batman film. Batman Forever is a pretty decent film, especially the extended version that kind of dives into him mentally dealing with his parents' death.
Yeah. Oh. He was he was a really good Batman. I don't think the script was 100%.
No, he was want to be in the Batman and Robin, but he saw the script and he was like, "This ain't happening."
Which funny thing is, if I think it was supposed to be with Tim Burton, but they didn't want him to do a third. They didn't want him to do a third Batman movie because they were planning on making the toys to sell at McDonald's.
Yes. Well, the thing about the Tim Burton Batman Returns was, well, the first Batman made it. It was a cultural phenomenon. Made a lot of money. Made more money on merchandise and toys. People could not get enough Batman merch. Then the second one came out, and they thought it was too dark. The movie studio thought it was too dark, too scary. They said it scared kids, so they didn't sell as many toys. They didn't sell as many Penguin toys, Catwoman toys. And they thought it was just too dark of a film. It was not. It was a successful movie, but not as successful as the first one. So they I think, unless my history is wrong, Tim Burton actually drafted a third script, and in that it was going to have Catwoman and a Robin. It was going to actually, I believe, have the Riddler as well, and the studio wanted to go a different direction because they were afraid of it being too dark again, and I think he butted heads with them too at the same time. So the studio I think it was more like a mutual breakup, and that's when they got Schumacher in. And
when they got Schumacher in, uh, Michael Keaton pretty much told him that if Tim Burton's not directing it, he's not playing Batman.
Well, if you ever listen to any interviews with Michael Keaton, he said he had a conversation with Joel Schumacher about being in the third and Batman Forever. And they were talking about where they were going with the story, with the character, and Joel Schumacher said something to the point of, why does Batman have to be so dark? Why does it have to be such a dark and scary story? And Michael Keaton said that's when he knew, like, I'm not going to do this film, because he's kind of missing the ball. Which, in his defense, in Schumacher's defense, I kind of get. He had a studio that kind of being a more light. There he is, Legion of Comics. Legion should get in here. Legion, we're in your territory now, Legion of Comics. We're talking about DC Comics and Batman and the Batman movie. And
there you go.
So basically, from what I understand, the studio wanted Schumacher to make it more light. But Batman Forever is a little dark, especially when dealing with the extended version with the toy company. Here we go. Legion of Comics has something to chime in on it. The toy company were in total control of Batman Forever, and even more so in Batman and Robin. Yes. I wouldn't say total. Batman Forever has a little depth to it. Yeah, I wouldn't say Shakespearean depth, but it has a little depth.
He's at work, or else you would happily hop on.
Okay, well, good. I'm glad you're listening, though. You can anytime you want to chime in something. DC Comics is Legion of Comics passion. He's a very passionate DC Comics fan, as am I. I'm probably I get a little critical sometimes about some directions of things, but that's only because I love the comics so much. I grew up with them.
What do you think?
Forever retained more of that goth tone. Yeah, especially on the Batman. I still felt Batman had dark depth to him, especially when dealing with the Chris O'Donnell Robin in it. I felt all the silliness and lightheartedness came from the villains in itself, which but it's not a bad film. Batman Forever is not a bad film, especially for mid-90s.
It's not really a bad film.
No.
It just feels like that it's just a different tone from what was originally going on.
Yes, it is definitely that. Let's see. Legion of Comics says that's a fair statement. DC for life. Honest criticism is good for a healthy company to thrive. You say that. I guess the key word in your statement would be a healthy company, because we won't even go into Disney.
Disney is. I'm not going to say anything about them.
And then there will be the rabbit hole of the Snyderverse, which I am a huge fan of. But but Batman and Robin's unwatchable. Batman and Robin is not.
I think, yeah. Personally, I do think that they really flopped with that one.
Yeah, Batman and Robin is not a watchable film. I read somewhere in a magazine, I think it was Rolling Stone magazine, that rated it one of the worst movies of all time, and said that it's probably on a continuous spin, showing somewhere in hell to punish people. Like, imagine you're at a level of in hell, and you're strapped to a theater chair, and you have to watch Batman and Robin just over and over and over.
One thing. All right, so this is one of the things I didn't like about the Batman and Robin film, and this also goes to the Batman Forever. And it's not the script. As a, and putting that aside, putting that script part aside from Batman and Robin, but it's the suit.
The suit, yeah, the suit was cool.
Oh, the one thing I didn't like is that they put nipples on the suit.
Yes, the bat nipples, the famous, notorious bat
I didn't
nipples.
like that at all.
Oh, you notice in the book, in Bat Last Days of the Batman, what you drawn for me, I purposely had you put some nipples on some
Yeah,
body armor.
you have me put nipples on the body armor of the vampires.
Yes, yes. There's a couple of vampires in the book, and they definitely have body armor with nipples on purpose. These are the comments says, I enjoy Batman and Robin while recognizing how bad it is. I was young enough to be the perfect audience for when it released. I watched it 100 times. Oh my God. So you like it, so it's so bad it's good to you. Bat nips were due to the mold being based off the statue of David. Yes, still a weird decision. Yes, I agree.
I don't know why they did that.
Yeah, statue of David. Schumacher is very. I would say it's Schumacher's personal spin. So, also little. You guys probably do not know this. Joel Schumacher is also the director of St. Elmo's Fire from the 80s. That had the 80s Brat Pack in it with Rob Lowe and what's that, Molly Ringwald and Emilio Estevez. A lot of people don't know that. Yes.
I don't think I've seen it. I don't think I've seen that one.
I love making St. Elmo Fires jokes, and they fly over people's heads. Like, they just look at me like, well, just long stare and pause, and they're not even going down that rabbit hole. Which, to me, it's well worth it. So, Legion of Comics, you're in here, Steven. Best Batman film.
Best Batman film?
The one you love, not the one you think everybody's going to clap for you for liking. The one that you personally love.
The one that I personally love.
Not the one that you think everybody else thinks is the best. The one that you personally love. Best Batman film.
Are you talking like live action Batman film or just any Batman film?
Any. It could be animated. I will say this, too, the add-in, I think Legion of Comics will agree with me on this, that Batman Returns, for the criticism it had at its time, was hugely influential in the animated series, which is regarded as the best animated series of all time.
Okay. So, best Batman film. That's a tough choice.
Legion of Comics says best film with Batman in it is Zack Snyder's Justice League. I would not argue against that. I love Zack Snyder's Justice League. Legion of Comics says best Batman film, Mask of the Phantasm. He's not alone in thinking that.
I have one that's a tie, though I need to remember what the other one was. And the one that I do remember is Batman Beyond: The Return of the Joker.
Okay. Awesome. A lot of hard truth and honesty here. The Batman Beyond show was great.
It was great.
Yes. Still one of my favorite skins from the Arkham City game. The Batman Beyond suit. My favorite of all time, and I get people give me a lot of crap for it, is Batman versus Superman, the Ultimate Edition.
And there's also the other one is Batman Under the Red Hood.
Under the Red Hood, yes, I've seen that. Yes. Yeah. Yes, that's a good. I own that. I own all of them films, especially Batman versus Superman, the Ultimate Edition. I love the film. I don't understand the criticisms. I don't get it. I think it's a fantastic film that catches. It definitely catches something out of the comic, especially like Legends. If you've ever read the Legends story arc from the 1987 DC Comics, is I feel that's very inspired by it. Just love the film. Now that we're at it, we talked about the best Batman film, and we got there with Val Kilmer. Best Val Kilmer film. Your favorite.
Best Val Kilmer film.
Best Val Kilmer film.
Well, then I would say Batman Forever, because I don't think I ever. Wait, Val Kilmer.
You tell you what, you get to pick two in honor of him and all his great work, because he had some legendary performances. Pick two.
I pick three.
Pick three. Why not? But pick them in order.
Tombstone.
Excellent.
Top Gun. And Batman Forever.
Batman Forever. Awesome.
And you want to know something? You want to know something funny?
Shoot.
You know those ink pens that I was looking for?
Yeah, where are they?
Right in front of me.
Okay. Right on.
Yeah, they're right there. I forgot that they were right there.
Did you get that endorphin rush when you thought you'd lost something that you couldn't find, and then you find it?
Yep.
Yeah, Tombstone, you can't go wrong. I think Tombstone's probably my pick, because I watch Tombstone like once a year.
What was the best one?
Tombstone's one of my favorites. Yeah, it's one of my favorite movies of all time. It's just fantastic. Great cast. Yeah. Kurt Russell is great in it. All the others are great in it. It's just fantastic film. The Doors is good. I don't know if you ever seen The Doors, where he played Jim Morrison.
No, I don't think I've seen The Doors.
He's in some weird films too, like The Salton Sea. He made some films that were kind of like direct to video. You had this weird in the early 2000s. You had a lot of good movies that went straight like to DVD and video. It was kind of odd, and he had some films like that. One of them was The Salton Sea. Great film. Another one I think was Spartan, and one of his best, probably unknown roles a lot of people hadn't seen was Wonderland, where he played. Let's see. I know YouTube's funny about words. He played. Let's see. We'll say X-star John Holmes in that film, and it's called Wonderland. Great film. It's actually based on a true story of the Wonderland incident that happened where some people got unalived in a robbery, which John Holmes was allegedly involved in. But it's a weird, really good film. I enjoyed it. It's one of those films, you watch some stuff, it goes in, it goes out. But that's one of them that I've always remembered.
Yeah, I don't think I've seen that film.
Legion of Comics at work today on a Sunday. Mask of the Phantasm. All right. What about best Batman story arc
Best Batman story arc.
in the comics?
Hmm. No, that's gonna be difficult.
I tell you what, you only get to pick one for this one.
Even more difficult now.
I think I know what Legion would say.
But if I have to pick, uh, Batman Hush.
Hush.
Yes.
All right. I'm gonna want to say probably Nightfall, the whole saga, Night's End, Night Quest, all of it. Great story arc, and I almost picked Contagion. I remember Contagion very well, reading it when it first came out. Contagion was a really good Batman story arc. I think a lot of people when 2020 hit, I think a lot of people went and reread that one. Very good. I really like, and I had this conversation with Legion of Comics the other day. I really like Ram V's Nocturne. Um, I really like his Batman story arc. It was Madam. There we go. Beautiful afternoon. Beautiful afternoon to you, Madam. Madam of the Blaster.
Hey, madam.
Madam of the Blaster. What's going on this Sunday for you? All right, Madam. We've already chimed in. You got to favorite Batman film, not the one that you think people are gonna, not the one that you think people like the most, the one that you personally like the most. Oh, okay. You got the blaster at my ex. Oh, okay. So it's just Madam now. I really liked Madam Blaster though.
Hey, madam, if you want to hop in, the link. Actually, I'm probably have to put the link in the link in the chat again, aren't I?
The Dark Knight.
There we go.
Yeah, I believe the Dark Knight is a lot of people's favorite.
I like the Dark Knight.
Yes.
I like the Joker.
Yeah, yeah. The one beef I have with the Christopher, I got to get ready for a birthday party. Otherwise, okay. That's fair enough. But the one gripe I have against the Nolan films is that the fight choreography is so bad in it to me. The shaky camera work, you see fighting off the not center, you just see a fist and a face. It's just, to me, that's irritating. I want to see Batman like fight. I want to see all them years of martial arts training pay off. It's not the Matrix. Yes, madam, I agree with you, but I think it should, in some scenes, when it comes to fighting, it should be, because that's a very underrated aspect. Not only is Batman a master detective, he's also one of the best fighters in the world. And I want to see that come alive on screen. And I believe in Batman vs. Superman, you did see that. You got that. Also, madam, before you go, you say you're getting ready for a birthday party, and I know you're listening in. Best Val Kilmer film. Just having to think about it. I think it's turned into more of a Real Genius. Okay, excellent. Not a bad choice. Yeah, I think it's turned into more of a personal story than a fight story. Yes, but that's where it should be a fight story too, though. Batman's both. Can't have one without the other. Or you don't have Batman, you got a cop show. Val was my fave in that he was in this prime. Yes. Yes, great actor. Man, have you seen the Wonderland? I agree. They did change it up in the. Well, no, he had the flexible cowl. He had the flexible cowl in the the Dark Knight Returns and in the Dark Knight Rises. That's actually a line in the movie when he's talking with Morgan Freeman's Lucius Fox. When he's talking to Lucius Fox, he says, "I want to be able to move my neck better." But even with that, I will argue that the fight scenes in Batman 1989 and in Batman Returns are better than the fight scenes in the first two Nolan films. Which the Nolan films are great. Don't get me wrong. That's the one thing I don't like about them. Quick head turns were hard to watch. Yeah. When Michael Keaton's turning his body and not the head. You know, the funny thing about that in the Flash film, Michael Keaton still turns the same way he did in the '89 film and then Batman Returns. They wanted to keep that. They didn't want to take that out. I enjoyed Bane as well. Yeah, Tom Hardy was a good Bane.
Apparently, one of the funny things is, the Batman and Robin movies were so bad. The Batman and Robin movie was so bad that during that time, when someone went into into George Clooney, told him he saw the Batman movie, and he literally refunded him the tickets.
Yeah. So I watched an interview right before that came out, right before the movie premiered, and he was it was an MTV interview, and he was talking with Joel Schumacher, and George Clooney got asked a question, and he looked over at Joel Schumacher, and I thought this is the weirdest thing because I had not seen the film yet, but it makes all the sense in the world now. He looked over at Joel Schumacher and said, "Well, we did our best. We tried hard. And if people don't like it and they think we've made a bad film, you can blame Schumacher." He looked right over at Schumacher, and it was like the oddest long stare. And like it was really weird. And I was like, why did he say that? It was weird. And going back at it now, it makes sense.
Yeah, that wasn't a good movie.
Yeah, the Flash movie's good, man. I know a lot of people don't like Ezra Miller. I'm not a big fan of Ezra Miller. The Flash movie is actually very good. Michael Keaton is really good in it. And for as much as I think Ezra Miller is not right for that role, he's actually good in that movie.
I
And
don't really care for it. I don't really. I don't really like Ezra Miller.
yeah, I don't
One
either. But
one of the things I didn't like about the movie, which personally I think Michael Keaton kind of carried the movie over. Mhm, one of the things that I didn't like was that it was the way the Flash was running.
yeah, he runs a little weird. Yeah.
And mhm, and when I saw that, I was like, are they doing that because he's a speedster, and that's how they think that he should run? I don't think that's it, but okay. And and then you see him do it again without his powers. I'm like, what the hell?
Yeah. Getting ready now. Listening. Awesome, man. I'm still listening. Glad you're here, madam. Madam, no longer of the blaster.
But yeah, it's an okay movie. It's not great.
The Flash movie?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't like the ending. They changed the ending like 3 times. Um,
Well, the whole thing was supposed to be a flashpoint,
yes.
and I guess I can get what they're trying to go for. It's supposed to be a whole. I guess it's supposed to be a whole redo.
Well, so
But
here's what's funny about that you said. So the original ending at the end where he thought Supergirl was dead and Batman was dead. When he's outside the courthouse, Bruce Wayne shows up and it's Michael Keaton, and then Supergirl shows back up. It's the same one, and then that Henry Cavill shows back up too. And it's a scene where Henry Cavill, and I don't know if Wonder Woman was supposed to be in it, but I do know Cavill was supposed to be there, Supergirl, and Michael Keaton Batman was supposed to be at the end of it. And that's the way the movie was supposed to end. But James Gunn was taken over at that time, and that was in post production. And so we're not going to do that. We're going to have George Clooney show up.
yeah, I don't get that.
I thought the original ending that they had planned would have been way better,
Hmm.
in my opinion.
Yeah, I don't know why they did that. So, what do you think of of the new movies that are going to be coming out?
The new Superman one.
Yes.
God, being a huge Snyder fan, I'm willing to give it a chance. I'm going to give it a chance. I'm going to watch it. I'm going to buy a ticket, sit in the movie theater, and I'm going to watch it. I'm going to give it a fair chance. I hope it's good. I hope it's good. I have some reservations. I wish that they would just go ahead and move Robert Pattinson in as Batman. I think that would solve some problems that they have moving forward because everybody likes Robert Pattinson Batman and the Batman. Well, most people do.
Mm.
I don't hate him as Batman. I think it would add continuity. But apparently they're not going to do that. They're going to get the guy from 1923, which
From 1923.
yeah, I don't know if you're watching 1923, but he's going to be
Wow.
back.
Do you
I
have a
don't
name?
know. He has a name. In Project Mayhem, a member in Death, a member of Project Mayhem has a name, and his name is Robert Paulson. No, I forgot his name, but he's a good actor, so I don't hate it. But it would have been better because you already got something to build on. If you just go ahead and make Robert Pattinson's universe, in that if you make him the Batman in your universe, you've got a foundation. You've already got something you can build on. You can build from there. You know, you don't have to go and re-pour concrete, put in new lines. You've already got that. But you know, I think Gunn's kind of stubborn and don't want to do it. So it's not going to happen now.
I'm trying to find out the find where the actor is. It's 1923 as the cast. So, what's the actor's name?
The actor's name. I don't remember the actor's name that plays.
What's his character's name?
His character is. Oh God, man! Start naming the characters off.
All right. Let's see.
He's one of the younger guys.
Spencer Dutton.
Spencer, yeah, Spencer. Yeah, Spencer Dutton. The guy that plays Spencer Dutton is going to be Batman.
Brandon's. Sorry if I butchered your name. Brandon Sklenner.
Oh yeah, she's definitely not bad. She's definitely fun to look at.
Hold on. Share screen. No, that's not what I want. This is what I'm looking at. This guy?
Listen, I'm in the comments off yes, that guy is going to be Batman.
I guess they better bulk up then.
Yeah, it's your new Batman.
So, some fans want the guy from Reacher to play Batman.
I've heard that. I don't think he has the and no offense. I mean, he's probably great in Reacher. He's probably a great guy, probably a good actor in his own right. I don't think he has the depth to play Batman.
I don't know, but this guy is in line for it. But see what he does.
Yeah. Well, he's good. He's good. He's a good actor. He's good in 1923. He plays a World War I vet with PSD. So Adam is still Madam said her favorite Val Kilmer movie is Real Genius. Great film. So you had asked me a question earlier. We were talking about characters and letting the characters ride out and letting the story. I'm a true believer. If you got the interesting character, the story kind of writes itself.
Yeah.
So I was watching a movie, and this is going to open up a can of worms. I was watching Y2K on HBO. And it's a movie that went straight to HBO Max because it has a notorious actress in it, current time, named Rachel Zegler. If you're familiar with the controversy of what's going on with Rachel Zegler.
The name sounds familiar, but
she's the Snow White actress.
Oh yeah.
So
yeah, I know. Yeah, I know who that is.
And this, what I will say when I was watching the movie. So the premise for the movie, I only made it halfway through. I couldn't finish it. No, I just couldn't. Like 40 I could not watch another 40 minutes of it. It was not good. The premise of the story was good. The story, I think, was okay. The casting is horrible. The guy that plays the lead, I'm sorry, he may be a nice guy. Maybe, might be the best guy in the world. I don't know. I don't have anything against him. Horrible for the role. Not good. And the guy that plays his best friend, he plays his fat, chubby best friend. He can't get the girl, but it's kind of goofy and funny. Horrible too. Horrible for that role. He may be the best guy, great guy in the world. I don't know. But in this role, very wrong. Bad, just bad. The lead's bad. The lead's best friend's bad. And the one thing I would say, the most interesting character, the two most interesting characters in it was a lesbian. I don't know if she was that or not. She's kind of, I guess, look like she can go either way. Type grunge girl in it. Was interesting, and that's one of the most interesting characters in it. And Ziegler was interesting, barely. And I think the barely probably comes in from the other actors being so miscast. I will say Ziegler probably has. I see that it quality in her. She has that. You got that line of actors who have the it quality, and she's got the it barely. Like she's barely over the bar. She does have. There's something there. There's something there. She does have it. And the problem is just her personality outside of it. We should not know anything about her personality outside of her work. That's my opinion. Yeah. I think that's what's killed the movie star. Between when Val Kilmer was famous back in the 80s and now they have social media. They go on social media. They tell you, these actors tell you everything about the inwards of their brains. And to me, it kills the mythos, the mythicism of the actor. We should not know everything that's going on in an actor's head. We just shouldn't, and that's for their benefit, not ours. That's definitely for their benefit. We should not know for their benefit. We should not know an actor's political stance. We should not know, what they think about what's going on in the Middle East. We should not know these things.
No, and I think it's a bit of it's partly because of their probably because of their Asians.
Well, and if they do want to, and if they do want to tell us, if they think they should tell us, if they think they should be outspoken, it's going to kill their mysticism. What I call the myth. Am I saying that? I don't know what's wrong with me. Mythicism. It's going to kill their mysteriousness. All these actors, famous actors, should have mysterious. They should be mysterious. And if they're not mysterious, then they're just regular people we disagree with. And somebody's going to disagree with them, no matter what side of the aisle you fall on, whether you fall on the left or whether you fall on the right, whether you're unsure. Somebody's going to disagree with you when you start talking about stuff like that.
Yeah.
And it's going to kill what's mysterious about being a famous actor. If you're going to be a famous actor, you should be mysterious. That's my personal belief. That's what I think.
Yeah, I don't know why there are actors out there that feel the need to express their political views, but though I think it's their managers or agents that influence them on that.
Well, You know, the funny thing about Snow White is, she's supposed to be the fairest of them all.
Right.
And the one that's jealous of her is Gal Gadot. Gal Gadot is flaming hot. Gal Gadot can burn up a TV. She's so hot. She is so hot. She was in a movie, a spy movie, a few years back, probably about half a decade old now, or a little bit older. And it had John Hamm in it, and I think the dude from The Hangover in it. And the only thing I remember about that movie is how hot Gal Gadot was in it. That is the only thing I remember about it. I don't remember nothing else. So she's probably miscast there too. As the Wicked Witch. But you see a lot of our counterparts and a lot of people that are adjacent or in our community. They've gone after some of the other YouTube channels for talking about princess movies. Oh, well, it's a princess movie. Why is a grown man going to see a princess movie and then talking bad about it? Like, I get that. And, what I would say is they're not wrong. But those YouTubers that have the criticism of it, they're not wrong either.
No, they're not.
And I mean, if they're wrong, then they're wrong too. I mean, what did they say about two wrongs? They don't make a right. Two wrongs don't make a what?
Two wrongs don't make a right.
Yeah. So there's some truth to it, and they're not wrong. I mean, I personally was never going to go see I wasn't going to go see a princess movie. Whether it was to criticize, I'm not gonna. I got too much. I don't have enough time on my hands as it is. I'm not gonna go see a princess movie. I'm not. I can understand like somebody who has kids that would go see it, but I can also understand, and this is what the people who criticize the people who've been critical of Snow White. This is what they don't understand is that a lot of them have kids and they make the decisions as to what their kids see. If they don't like something an actor is saying in a movie, they don't have to take their kids to go see that film.
No, they don't.
They're gonna withhold.
All right. We are almost past the 1 hour mark.
That's the 1 hour mark. Well, I'll just say this to finish up on the last one. It's a real shame to me because I think that Ziegler actually, I don't think she's a bad looking girl at all. I think she's a good looking, could turn into a great looking actress. And I think she does have an it quality to her, but I think she's just kind of ruined it. Foolishly ruined it. Great to listen. Oh, okay. Somebody enjoyed Madam, you need to let us know, did you really enjoy listening to us? Or are you just being nice?
I think he enjoys listening to us.
Be as brutal as possible. I can take it. Madam, no longer of the blaster. Oh, she's a... Yeah. Awesome. Very awesome. Madam, no longer of the blaster, enjoyed listening to us today.
All right. So I'm going to close off the show for the day. So before I do this, before I close it off, I want to thank for Billy for hopping in the chat with me. And I hope to do this more often. Can you hear me? All right.
Yeah.
And I want to thank the chat for keeping us company. And if you're new to this channel and you want to see more, wait, there's one more. Around August, I forget what day. I need to look it up again. But around August, I will be at a convention at Infinity Toys and Comic Convention over in the Austin Heritage Park in Orlando. So if you want to come by and say hi, if you are in the area, look where it is, and well, I think I'll have an ad up here soon to help promote it. But yeah, keep a lookout for that. And if you're new to this channel and you want to see more, don't forget to hit that like button. Also, don't forget to hit the subscribe button, and watch out for any random videos or any random streams. Also, don't forget to check out Billy's Instagram. I wanted to ask for your permission before I put your link in, your Instagram link in the description. So if you want me to do that next time, I will.
Yes, yeah, go ahead, man. Put it in there. Check out my Instagram at Billy Power Max. We have a book that me and Steven have created called Last Days of the Bad Moon, which is going to be it's going to be published by Dark Gift Comics. It's a book that we're really proud of. Steven had worked very hard. He drew it and colored it. It's a mind-bending book that is psychedelic in nature. This is just what I would tell you, because there's moving a lot of parts to it. I will say soy robots, lizard people, Mandela effect. If those are your kind of thing, if you like to see that in a book, that's what you got. And check out our Instagram, because my Instagram has pages for the book, and then a lot of the artwork that Steven has done. I've got some posts on there on my Instagram, so check it out.
And like I said, if you want to see more of my stuff, don't forget to hit that like button and the subscribe button. So, and also, I do streams on every Saturday night at 8 p.m. on the Madness. So don't forget to check that out. And as always, keep drawing, keep having fun, and until next time, I'll see you later.
Hello.